Welcome back, Alton Athletic Association, and a little bit of a change in some hats going on here.
Yes, there is. So let's just kick it off. I am retiring as president of Alton Athletics to focus a little bit more on my family and my business. That's keeping me pretty busy. So I'm going to hand the torch over to Amy, who's pretty much been the second president all along anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we're leaving things in pretty good hands. And we've come a long way.
Yes,
it's a short amount of time that I ruled as president, I guess.
And are you officially, are you still president-elect of the Alton Athletic?
I was sworn in last month.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And this is really cool because you know, now with the business and everything getting crazy, it's, good to reflect and go, you know what, time to hand it off and do what I can keep doing, on a side note. And now, Amy, you're kind of already primed up and ready for this. There's not really any
There's really not much of a change for the role she's already doing.
Machine,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It's perfect. So when did the decision come that, hey, we have to do this?
I just, you know what? I've been so busy this year running my business. It's been really hard for me to keep up with all the things that I do. And I just thought it would just be silly for me to throw my face around town like I was the one doing all the work, but there was so many other people doing all the work every single day. So it just, for me, felt like the right thing to do was to step away so I could focus on my business and my family.
Absolutely. And are you excited, Amy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really not much different than what I've already been doing. Everything that we've done has been a team effort anyway. So, and we have a great group of people that support us, that work really hard to keep our association going. So,
and not only Amy, we have some other new people that are stepping into new roles as well.
That's
we have
exciting.
a new vice president and a new secretary. So a lot of the positions have changed. Really, you're only supposed to serve for a year.
Right.
And I did multiple because really it was just us. Volunteering is still kind of an issue, trying to get the parents to kind of get involved. But I think we're headed in the right direction. We're starting to see more people who really are starting to know who we are and what we're doing. And so it really has a bright future. And like I said, we started with pretty much nothing.
Right.
We've come a long way. And, it's finally just running the way that it should be running, except for, volunteering. There's always room for that.
And did you pick up some new faces along the way in the last couple of...
actually, we have. We have our two new officers. They both, they're just new. They've come to a few meetings this year. But, so yeah, we're really super excited that they're taking on a role. So
That's cool. That's really cool. That's needed, too. And now volunteering is always available throughout the year for Alton Athletic Association. And how many volunteers, can you guys ballpark how many you really need, for a football game?
In the most ideal world, it would be like 50 people, right? Because it would be such a little amount of time for each person. Really the main source of volunteering is, our big events that we do, just having all hands on deck and people to help kind of run those events or, even like ideas or things like that. And then on top of it, the biggest thing that we do is the concessions, because that's a daily thing. And there are multiple events daily. And so multiple people have to be several different places at the same exact time a lot of times. So, and that's why we need people. However, I will say the commitment time as a parent who isn't on, the committee it's very small, but it has such a big impact. You figure if you go and you show up and you just do one game in an entire year, each family did one game of like 2 to 3 hours. It would be incredible. And it would be such a small drop in the bucket for everybody as far as time, but the reward is so big. All the money goes directly to these athletes. So people don't realize that, none of the people who do all the things are being paid. Everybody's doing this because, they want to do it and because there's a need for it. But, we've given out a lot of really cool things along the way. Obviously the banners is the biggest thing that everybody sees, So, you're driving around town, you see the athletic banners. That's something that everybody, I think, who drives through town kind of knows about. And that's something that, we did, and it's an awesome project. But just little things like tents and, giant fans that
Uniforms.
every little thing that you don't really think about. The kids, like Amy has said in the past is, yes, there's a budget, but it really doesn't cover everything.
No.
And when you're in such a big school like we have, and, and our sports are really amazing this past season. Those kids need to go out and they need to look their best, they need to feel their best, and we need to provide them with everything that they need to be as successful as they can be, because sports is extremely important, and for a lot of kids, that's, a way to go to college. You know what I mean? So it is important to invest in your athletic programs in your communities,
Well, right. I mean, and they don't realize how expensive everything's getting with uniforms and you name it. I mean,
just lodging. So we've sent quite a few teams to tournaments out of state, and they need help with lodging and food. And so if we didn't step up and help provide those things, then the parents would be asked to do that, and that's difficult.
Well, it is, and then that leads to a whole lot of problems, too, because if, one set of parents doesn't have the money to send us, little Johnny, then what's that do to him?
Right.
And going
right, and he
forward?
might be an amazing athlete who just really, because of those circumstances, might have never had a chance to shine or to evolve as an athlete. So, I mean, it's huge. It really is.
Well, and the associate, because football and soccer and baseball get a lot of love and press because of just the way things have gone. But I mean, you guys make sure everyone's getting that opportunity, and the way that you cycle through and make sure that every team is getting taken care of in some fashion is huge. Because no matter if you play cross country or you're on the volleyball team or you're doing track, you name it, it's all important. Bowling. It's huge, and our Alton's bowling team did awesome.
We
the
always
girls team
send
were awesome.
kids to
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're looking at the stats over the past year for most of our teams, I mean, we have really done some amazing things this past seasons of, and so just looking ahead at the future, it's going to be great.
It really is.
And I feel proud of what we've accomplished, and I definitely feel excited and to see them all where they take it next, and and having some new people and some new roles might bring some new exciting things as well. I think each person serves and they take it as far as they think they can take it, and then someone else takes over, and maybe it just gradually evolves to something really, really big and cool.
Yeah. And now, Amy, were you excited about taking the president's role?
I was a little shocked at first because I did not realize my husband was going to nominate me.
Oh, he told me.
Yeah. I wish he would have told me.
He also told me. We were in on this together. See how this all worked out. She had no idea.
And no one realizes, Amy, and I'm not trying to patronize you, but you don't really put on Facebook all this stuff that you do and all the T-shirts that are
Because she's so busy doing it.
But that's the thing. And people need to realize, I mean, you are doing a hell of a lot behind the scenes that we never really hear and see about.
And you don't think about.
No, and you don't think about it, and that's true. And just kudos to you for
thank you.
keep grinding away, Now, golf tournament's tomorrow.
Golf tournament's tomorrow. We still have room for a few teams.
How many teams? We got this. Two?
Yeah, and I think we're a few.
Okay.
Just 2, 3.
If
Rolling
you wanna.
Hills starts at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is lunch and registration, and then everybody tees off at noon.
Is there a networking component to this? I think I can be on the clock tomorrow for this.
Ooh, that would be sweet.
I'm waiting for John to come screaming
Why
down the
not?
stairs going, "What are you doing? You are not leaving this building."
Yeah, hey,
I think we can set you up right there
Live
by the putting
broadcast?
challenge.
Yes, I'm ready for it.
That would be hilarious.
What's all coming out the golf tournament? You said putting challenge.
We have a putting challenge. We've gotten some things donated where we're able to have a few different activities. We have a putting challenge. We have a betting hole, of course, because everyone loves that.
Is there a raffle, too, of some sort or something like that?
We have a raffle.
There's just a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brown Bag Bistro is giving the lunch.
Yes.
So let's.
Oh, nice.
We
Yeah.
provide good, we
Gus's
treat
Pretzels, Brown Bag Bistro.
yes, we
Yeah.
treat our guests well.
Gosh, dang, that's a good
Yeah.
Friday. Now,
Yeah.
what's the cost to register for tomorrow?
$125 per person, $500 per team.
That's not bad, and you get a whole day, a great meal, and some
whole
chance to win some good prizes.
And some great money prizes.
Oh,
Money
yeah,
at
let's
the
talk
end.
about that. Cash is on the line tomorrow.
Cash is on the
There's
line.
a lot of cash on the line tomorrow. So, I mean, you know what? There's so much going on. There's a lot of fun things. And to be honest, I just, people really have good camaraderie when they come out and play.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And it's just people are happy, they're in a good mood. And I think, like, usually Amy and I hit the golf cart and drive around and cheer everybody up and entertain them anyways, briefly. Just watching us drive the cart around is, I'm sure, a joy for some. But no, I mean, it's a really good time. I'm excited it's here, and when we really got it together really quickly this year.
Jessica Tukin was amazing.
Yes.
She's
Wonderful.
our rock star. She's done a fabulous
Awesome job.
organizing everything.
Really cool.
So yeah, and that's the last big thing of the summer. You know what I mean? It's the way to end the year, and then it'll kick off before you know it in the fall. And then Amy will be taking the reins and a whole new lead and music trivia and
Kick
all
off
the things.
senior night football.
How did music trivia go this year? Was it full?
It was amazing.
yes.
That's awesome.
And we changed our venue this year
'Cause we needed
had
a
it
bigger
St.
venue.
Mary's.
Wait, this St. Mary's?
Yeah, it's St. Mary's.
Oh, see, that would have been
Yeah.
better for me last year because I had to get a driver home. I realized I had too much fun with Madeline, and it was time to go.
That's right. I'm a fun girl. No,
That table
but
was fun.
we
It was a great event. We had the dance team came and did one of our rounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and we had Kay-She there, right?
She was there. Yeah, we had all
meat.
kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It was
Oz
awesome.
was there. Yeah.
Really cool. And now, what are some of the needs for the athletic association going into the fall? As we're in the the fun part of summer, where maybe some pickup leagues happening, just getting ready for season. But what do you guys need? Is there something big?
Well,
Huddle
we're
cameras,
still meeting.
right?
Oh, our huddle cameras will be up for renewal after this year.
Oh, no.
So
And-
we will be looking for some sponsors to
Yeah.
help out with that. The school district helped out with it
Previously, yeah.
to begin,
But if you don't know what huddle cameras are, for anyone who's watching, is they're cameras that we can put in our gyms and out at the fields, and then we have a portable one that the coaches can take to videotape the games, capture some really great things that the kids are doing, and then the kids can also log in. Parents can log in from other places, or grandparents watch the games. But also, like, colleges and people getting, maybe scouted or looked at, these are things that they can use. And so this is a really great tool to continue to carry for the Alton School District.
I'm taking care of the huddle cameras.
are you now?
Yeah, that was a quick text. I think we'll be able to do something. But with that being said, I love it. This is why I like live shows, because you can do things like this. But going forward, is there any events you want to add? Anything that you're looking to do? Or because you guys really worked so well together, it was like you were already a team and had.
I
what you
feel like
wanted.
the Athletic Association will never say no to a great idea.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what
We're
I
looking
mean?
for a fall event.
Well, and
so
you
something.
Guys, you guys don't walk. You guys aren't the organization that has the stick. When you're walking around like this and you can't have
Oh, my
fun.
God.
It's a really cool group.
Because we're parents,
Yeah.
This isn't a professional thing. It's just a want to thing. And so when it's a want to thing, I think, like, the typical uptightness of, like, a job is really not there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is a lot of work. It does come with some pressures and a little bit of stress, of course, because anytime you do any big events or, and if you're,
Oh, sure.
in charge of something that big, it does come with a responsibility. But, I mean, everyone's great. And I wouldn't have met Craig and Amy had I not gotten involved. And honestly, I got involved because of Coach Jesse Macias, the tennis coach, which my daughter played tennis for. And that was just a chance thing that I thought he asked me to go to the meeting, and I thought, oh, okay, I can go. So, I literally just showed up, had no idea that, like, 2 weeks later I was going to be the president. and then, and then stay the president, so it just all, if there's a need, I think if you're a person who feels called to be in action or to be helpful, it's a great, great, great committee to be a part of.
Second Wednesday of each month.
What time?
At 6 o'clock at the Alton High School Library.
Really, they have a nice spot. That's a good meeting spot. And then going forward too, I know that we just talked about maybe some huddle things, but is there an opportunity for folks just to reach out whenever and say,
Absolutely.
"Hey, I have this"? And
So we have a website, Alton Athletic Association .org.
And Facebook.
And we have a
is
Facebook,
huge.
Alton Athletic Association 2022. Facebook, of course, is so hard to change
that's
names.
a nightmare. It's a nightmare anymore.
But you know what? We'll just say that because, like, that's when things started.
right. Well,
That's when it started getting good. You know what I mean?
2022 is the new 2025.
I'm right here, AltonAthleticAssociation.org. Join the community, and you hit this button, fill out the form, get involved, and then, fill out which events you're interested in helping out in, because
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Well, and no one realizes concessions are a big deal because
They're huge.
You know, especially when you have like the Battle of the Bowl that you guys do, and the Derby, and the football games, and even the track meets. There's so many people.
Yes.
I mean, you better start selling fast passes in that concession stand line. You know.
I mean, and yes, in our concessions, I will say, if you've been around to other communities, I do say ours is pretty amazing.
Shelley Cowan does a great job.
She does. It's
stocking, organizing our
She
concessions.
does, and you know, here and there you'll catch Amy Lombardi out here on the grill, grilling it up, and I mean, even sautéing mushrooms, Swiss burgers, whatever you want. Like Amy's here to make it for you. But you know, just we've come so far.
Yeah.
You know, we've got all the, you know, a lot of new great equipment that we've also purchased for all these concession stands. That's another thing. You know, but that's given us the ability to sell, you know, lots of things. A lot of times kids come from other schools. Maybe they're hungry. They want real food. And we try to provide things like that for them, you know, and even for our students as well.
Yeah, we
So-
partnered with Heaters this year.
Yeah.
So we had Heater sandwiches during
They're-
our basketball
They're
season.
doing great for the community. They're
They
doing
are.
really good partnerships and stuff. Really good support.
Yep, yes, they are.
But honestly, guys, there's just a lot to really talk about. So we need a couple of teams for tomorrow. So that
Yeah.
means 8, 12 of you, maybe 16. You go out there to Rolling Hills at 11 a.m. That's when it starts. Registration at 10.
Registration's at 11.
Oh, at 11.
Yep, tee-off's at noon.
I like that.
Yeah.
See, because people say tee-offs at 11, and then you think
Right.
that's when you register, and then you're
Yeah,
not
they're
worth
waiting
it.
around.
These are pros. They got it taken care of. You go in there, you register at
You
11.
just show up.
Yeah.
We take care of the rest, and you just have a great time, and we will make sure you do.
But you need to mark your calendars or even reach out with suggestions for fall events. Maybe
Absolutely.
donate your space if you got a big event hall and want to utilize it and just get the folks out there. And then coming back, who's a part of the new office staff or new administration?
So Shannon Anderson is our vice president now. Ashley Alm is our secretary. And then we retained Corey Gallivan. He is still our treasurer. We couldn't do
And we
anything
couldn't
without
get rid
him.
of Craig as hard as we tried.
My husband is media.
He's
Yes.
refused to leave forever. So
Yeah,
he,
media and membership. And then Shelley Cowan is our concessions person.
And Craig Lombardi is 10 times better than 99% of the referees in soccer in the state of
You think
Illinois.
so?
Oh my goodness, I had to do the middle school. He was
Yeah.
wonderful. I only yelled twice in like 3 weeks, and
He
I didn't even
enjoyed
yell.
that.
It was great, and I told him, like, you're better than every licensed referee out there.
there really is nothing the man can't do.
But there is something that you can do, and that's be a part of the golf tournament tomorrow. That's by donating and supporting not just the Alton Athletic Association, but you know, the just athletes that are in our school district and in our region. And who knows, it might be your son or daughter one day that needs that help to get to state or needs that track suit. And you can feel good knowing karma's coming your way in a good way in a couple of years' time. You can visit altonathleticiassociation.org/join to get involved today. And, well, go to the golf tournament tomorrow. I don't think the boss is going to let me off, though. So.
I don't know. You might want to come. It's the end of my. I call it my retirement tour.
That's right. Now, are any of you golfers?
Yes.
You're a golfer?
I'm not golfing tomorrow, though, but yes.
Are you see,
Yes.
I figured you'd be pretty good at golfing. Are you good?
I don't say I'm pretty good. No.
I mean,
No.
she's a mom of all boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
like
Yeah.
she.
That was our go-to activity during COVID.
Was
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I can't play golf to save my. I try. I start drinking and
To
I
be
just,
honest,
you
I am amazing at putt putt.
know. Are you really?
I mean,
We need. So here's my idea, and I'm saying this on the show now. I want to do a putt bar crawl. Okay,
Ooh.
in Alton. And just all throughout State Street, where
and
every
each
bar
person has a
Huh?
cool hole
Yep.
set up.
And they have
Nice.
sponsors.
Coco and Oak
I
would
like
be in.
that.
That could be a fall event or
It
a
could
Coco
be.
and Oak inspired event. But
It could be.
I mean, I'll just have a hole there for you to shoot. Fine.
Best of luck tomorrow. We'll
Thank you.
take a quick break. Seriously, I'm so glad that you guys are continuing and just keeping the fun going and all the good stuff too. AltonAthleticAssociation.org and join and help the athletes of our area today.